North American Partners in Anesthesia, NAPA, is the leading single specialty provider of anesthesia services in the United States and the exclusive provider to the North Shore LIJ health system. In early 2013, NAPA designed and implemented a pilot program to introduce remote video auditing, or RVA, for the first time in operating rooms at Forest Hills Hospital in Queens, New York. Building on the success of that pilot program, NAPA partnered with Aerosite, a developer of RVA programs, to develop a proprietary RVA system for the OR called Peak Performance Squared.
Initial reason for using the remote video auditing was primarily as a safety tool. We wanted to be able to give people feedback in ways that would improve patient outcome.
The patient safety component is very, very important. And that relates to the issues of sign-in verification, timeouts, and sign-outs. Compliance and rigor in doing those pieces has been shown to be essential to patient safety.
And I've really gotten to a point now where I have virtually 100% compliance with that, which we didn't have before. And again, that's from the direct feedback that if people are missing the timeout or doing an inadequate timeout, they're getting an alert back and redoing it right on the spot.
A key patient safety issue addressed by the program is conducting a timeout before each surgical procedure.
Are we ready for timeout?
Yes, we are, Doctor.
Please introduce yourselves and your roles, please.
Dr. Conti, the surgeon.
Denise, the circulator.
Felicia PA. I'm there on effective.
John I. Mateo, anesthesia. We're going to identify the patient with Dr. Conti.
A critical step in the process was to identify the anesthesiologist as the logical candidate to lead the timeout in the OR, given the broad role the anesthesiologist plays in patient care before, during, and after surgery. Published studies have shown that, on average, many hospitals do not conduct a proper timeout prior to a procedure nearly 20% of the time. Within a single week of implementing RVA real-time performance feedback, the 8 ORs at Forest Hills Hospital achieved nearly perfect scores complying with this part of the universal protocol. Immediately following a surgery, a sign-out occurs.
Are we ready to do a sign out?
At the end of the case, the circulating nurse, the surgeon, and the anesthesiologist communicate to a sponge count, to an instrument count. And this reduces the possibility of retained instruments or sponges in a patient. It gives us a final count of blood loss, and it gives us an indication to will the patient be needing any more blood moving forward into the recovery room. Also, disposition of the patient. Will the patient be going straight to the recovery room, or will the patient be going to the ICU or a step-down unit?
An additional key patient safety issue addressed by the program includes terminal cleaning compliance.
From an infection control point of view, which is also patient safety, we're watching how we clean the rooms in between cases. Are we cleaning them correctly? Are we spending enough time in there? Are we pulling out everything that needs to be pulled out and really wiping it down?
Before the RVA pilot program was in place, the hospital's compliance rate was 0%. With the RVA in place, they're now achieving virtually 100% compliance.
Before we had the remote video auditing, when a case would finish, we'd need to have somebody come in and clean up the room. So you'd be looking for that person. And then when they'd finish, we need the nurses to come in and set up the room. We have to look for that person. So it's constantly the front desk looking for people.
In addition to safety, there is also an efficiency component.
We used to have patients who would come here and would wait 3 or 4 hours for their surgery because the schedule was that variable. That used to be one of their major complaints about the hospital. Now we've almost eliminated that, and we're able to work on a much tighter schedule, and everybody's life is easier and more convenient.
Video monitors throughout the hospital display real-time OR activity status, including notifications and room turnover metrics for first case delay, turnover per room, and overall minutes gained per day per room.
Because of the cameras, we are able to be more efficient. We are able to start our day much earlier. We are able to get the doctors in and out so they can do anything else they need to do back to their offices or even do additional surgeries because we have time on our schedule.
We're seeing how we turn over the rooms. How long does it take to get the equipment in after the room's been cleaned? How long does it take to get the patient in after the room's been cleaned? These are important in efficiency and in controlling our own costs.
Recorded video blurs faces so individuals can't be identified. This and other measures assures healthcare practitioners embrace the data and are motivated to both improve patient safety and manage the OR as efficiently as possible. Indications from this program show that OR turnover time can be potentially decreased by 25 minutes or more per case. This could translate into a significant increase in revenue for Forest Hills Hospital. An added benefit is the satisfaction that surgeons and anesthesiologists feel when their downtime between cases is minimized.
The busy surgeons who do 4 or 5 cases a day or more, and there's a turnover time, a savings of time of 30 minutes, my day is shortened by 2 hours.
And I can either add more cases, be more productive throughout my day, or just get done earlier, or go to the office, or go home, or see my kids.
The surgical staff has also come to rely on the technology's digital capabilities, including display boards showing data in real time. Surgeons and anesthesiologists also receive text alerts telling them when their rooms are ready for the next case.
I'm going to get an alert on my phone when the patient's in the room, so that allows the room to be more efficient because they know that as soon as they're in the room, they know that I'll know about it and get right back there. It also allows me to be more efficient with my time in between, allow me to go make rounds on patients, do other clinical things in between cases.
Doctors are receiving text messages. The staff can see the data on the monitors. We have decreased our turnover time from greater than 30 minutes to like 24, 17. The numbers are just dropping.
One of the best things of video auditing is that it gives us a possibility to react. So if a timeout wasn't done exactly the way it was scripted, then we could immediately go into the room through an alert that was given to us to then correct it.
Throughput and efficiency in the operating room is mandatory today. Society is asking us to provide high quality care at a lower cost. We can't afford high quality care at an escalating cost anymore, and we've already reached a point where society is saying it's enough. And so the real challenge for all healthcare systems is to figure out a way to improve quality with less.